The iPhone 16 Pro is a great phone, right? Well, apparently not, according to the general sentiment online, with people canceling their orders and sales being down significantly compared to the iPhone 15 series. And if it doesn't make sense to you why this is happening, well, this video is for you because I'm gonna explain the top 7 major problems that are leading to lower sales, especially since I covered the top 10 features in the last video, so now it's time to show you the downsides. For problem number 1, it's that the iPhone 16 Pro models just don't have enough standout features. Because when it comes to making an iPhone upgrade worthy, there needs to be at least 1 or 2 major standout features that make it worth it. With the iPhone 12 Pro, we got a full redesign, LiDAR-enabled camera, and MagSafe charging. With the 13 Pro, we got 120Hz Pro Motion, with a much nicer OLED display and a nicer camera with cinematic video mode. With the 14 Pro, we got the always-on display, 48 megapixel camera, and dynamic island front redesign. And then with the last 15 Pro, we got a full titanium design, action button, USB-C port, and the 5x camera on the Pro Max model. But if you go and ask somebody on the street what the biggest new feature of the new 16 Pro is, the only real answer is gonna be the new camera control button, and to a lot of people, it just doesn't look very exciting. Sure, it works in portrait or landscape mode, but if you're like 90% of people out there, you simply take your phone out, open the camera app, and snap a photo, that's it. So camera control might end up just being a gimmick for most people out there. And everything else about this phone just feels like it's fine-tuned, but nothing is truly groundbreaking. Now getting into problem number 2, the new iPhone 16 Pro models look almost identical to the 15 Pro when you look at the outside. Actually, these are the 15 Pro models. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, they're the 16 Pros, but still they look identical. And I bet if you walked around with an iPhone 15 Pro and claimed that it was actually a 16 Pro to regular people walking around, they're gonna believe you and they won't be able to tell the difference. Like literally, the camera bumps are identical, not only in design, but also size, which sometimes Apple makes it bigger, but no, they're literally the same. And then from the front, they look basically the same with the same dynamic island, with the only difference being thinner bezels that a lot of regular people just won't notice. And because of this, there just aren't enough changes to justify upgrading or buying the 16 Pro versus just going and getting a 15 Pro, which shares almost all of the same core features. And now for problem number 3, we have the new Apple Intelligence features that unfortunately keep getting delayed. And the crazy thing is, Apple's biggest selling point for the new iPhone 16 series is Apple's AI features, known as Apple Intelligence, but you can't even get any of them at launch. And usually Apple lets beta testers test all the main software features months in advance, but we're literally launching these phones right now and we can't even get a beta test of Apple Intelligence until next month in October, which means that the public launch is getting delayed even further. And with that said, the beta is gonna be limited to the first wave of Apple Intelligence features, not even all of them. So pretty much Apple botched this launch by delaying the most important feature by so much, because by the time that people get this feature in their hands, the hype is gonna die off and it's not gonna be as exciting anymore. Now, I'm not saying that Apple Intelligence isn't gonna be a big deal and great in the end when it's finally released, but for now, it's just way too late. So let's move on to problem number 4. But first, I wanna show you an awesome AI tool called Build Your Store, which uses AI to create a fully optimized Shopify store with products ready to sell inside in less than 2 minutes, no matter what you're selling online. Simply pick your store niche. We love electronics and gadgets. Choose from a couple of banners and click Access Shopify to create an account with your email by clicking Start Free Trial. And just like that, the AI will start building your store and bam, it's ready. Alongside Build Your Store, it also includes the essential app AutoDS free for the next 30 days, which is the supplier of your store's products with fast shipping time. Then you can start editing and customizing your store and product selection, and once finished, you're ready to start selling with our sponsor Build Your Store, which is giving complimentary access to a full course on how to start selling online today. So go to buildyourstore.ai/maxtech by using the description below to create your own ready-to-go Shopify store with products ready to sell for free. And now for problem number 4, Apple keeps upgrading the regular iPhone models and not doing enough on the Pro models. For example, this year, Apple redesigned the regular iPhone 16 in terms of the camera bump layout, which actually looks awesome and very fresh. They've also added more exciting color options. They've added the action button. They've added the same exact new camera control feature that you can get on the Pro models. Also, the same exact Apple Intelligence features. They even added Wi-Fi 7, which we thought would be only coming to the Pro models this year. On top of that, they added the redesigned aluminum-clad cooling system for 30% better sustained performance versus only a 20% improvement on the 16 Pro models. We also have the same Bluetooth specs. So essentially, they just gave the regular 16 so many features that used to be reserved for the Pro models, so there's not enough reason to upgrade and spend the extra cash for these Pros compared to the regulars. And that right there is a big reason for why the Pro models are down massively this year in terms of sales, while the regular models are up, especially the 16 Plus being up 48%, which is insane, but who knows? Maybe that's what Apple wanted, I'm not sure. Now for problem number 5, we have no 8K video on the main camera because this year they managed to add 4K at 120 FPS with HDR for slow motion. And if you know anything about cameras, you know that they can technically support 8K 30 FPS with HDR. How? Well, because 8K is 4 times bigger than 4K in terms of the actual resolution. So in terms of the processing power you need to run 4K 120 FPS, it literally matches how much power you need for 8K 30 FPS. And the crazy thing is that whenever Pro cameras get support for 4K 120 FPS, like the Sony a7S IIIs that we have here in the office, and we actually have 3 of them that we use, including 8K up there for our top-down camera footage, which looks great even when zooming in. So Apple just decided not to add 8K video and hold off probably until next year, which sucks because I want my videos to be future-proofed and look amazing for 10 years down the road when my kids are asking to watch old videos. And now for problem number 6, the new A18 Pro chip, which is supposed to be Pro, is almost identical to the regular A18. Yes, it has the same CPU core layout with the same core performance. So we have the same single core in Geekbench and pretty much the same multi-core performance. We also have the same exact 16-core neural engine for Apple Intelligence support. The only difference is that the regular A18 has a 5-core GPU versus 6 cores on the new A18 Pro, which means it's simply being binned down with 1 core disabled if it has flaws in it. And looking at the Geekbench graphics scores that were leaked, the A18 is actually more powerful than the iPhone 15 Pro's A17 Pro chip, which is super impressive. On top of that, the iPhone 16 Pro models no longer have a RAM advantage over the regular 16s, with all of them getting 8 gigabytes of the same speed RAM. So there is no longer a huge raw performance or multitasking performance advantage if you decide to spend more cash on the 16 Pro models. And finally, for problem number 7, we of course have rumors of the brand new iPhone 17 series next year coming with a major redesign. People online are hearing the rumors and choosing to wait to upgrade, and honestly, I've been telling people the same thing if there's someone who only upgrades every few years. First of all of the new iPhone 17 models are gonna have a brand new camera redesign, moving the location from this spot in the corner to the top center, which is something they've never done in the history of the iPhone, which hints at a major redesign. We of course have leaks of the iPhone Air, which is gonna be the thinnest thinnest iPhone ever made, which is super exciting. And the iPhone 17 Pro Max model is gonna get replaced by a true iPhone Ultra model featuring a thinner design and that redesigned camera system, potentially getting rid of the dynamic island or making it smaller, and getting a 24 megapixel selfie camera for the first time. On top of that, we're expected to get a triple 48 megapixel camera setup, including telephoto, and we're expecting 12 gigabytes of RAM and a more powerful exclusive chip on the Ultra model than the rest of the 17 lineup, which is the main reason why I think it's gonna be rebranded as the Ultra with a new exclusive chip with vapor chamber cooling, which we've never had before, and it's gonna be exclusive to the Ultra. So essentially, we're expecting the biggest iPhone redesign and upgrade since the iPhone 10 to be coming next year, which is why people are choosing to skip the 16 Pro. So those were all of the major problems that explain why the iPhone 16 Pro models just aren't selling very well this year. And if you have any more to mention, let me know down in the comment section below, and definitely click above to subscribe because we're gonna be testing these new iPhone 16 models to see if they're actually any good or if there's some secret upgrades. So definitely subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.